So, it's finally got cold enough that I am about to test the unit in heat mode. It's 50 degrees outside, 64 in here. Don't have the gas hooked up, we're just gonna run the heat pump. I checked this yesterday. I ran it in AC, checked my static pressure. It's 0.36 and it's moving 630 CFM, which is a little 1.5 ton heat pump, so that's plenty good there. My duct system is actually really well. I figured it'd be higher than that, but on the static side, it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna take my temperature readings. Let's see here, 62. Yeah, 63. That's the return, that's the supply. Got one bottom of the cabinet, one measuring right there, top of the coil. Just finished putting the defrost board in this unit this morning. I'll explain why I did that here in a minute. Here's the old board. The old cheap Goodman time and temperature board. We're gonna start the unit up in heat and we're going to do a forced defrost after about 10-15 minutes. I'll show you out here. Still got my gauges there hooked. Here's the new board. It is an Emerson universal defrost board. It can be set up as time and temperature or demand. I gotta set this up. I haven't programmed it, but I will test it here in a few minutes. Had to move the capacitor down, which was no big deal. There's you can see right there, there's the outdoor temperature sensor. I had to put the coil sensor in here. Got all this cleaned up, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up, and in a few minutes we'll test this out. Okay, it's now been 10 minutes. Temperatures come up 2 degrees. Surprised at the temperature rise though. Let's see here. It is 61 degree return temperature, around 62, it's going up and down. Supply air is 92.3. 31 degree temperature rise across the coil. 50 degrees outside. That air is nice and warm. That thing is the heat pump's doing really well. I figured this would be a few degrees lower. Now that's not 100% accurate. It's probably half a degree or a degree higher or so, but I'm just gonna call it 30 degrees rise. So that's doing pretty good. We're gonna go out here and we're gonna force a defrost. We're gonna see if the board works. That air is nice and cold. I ain't got my gauges hooked up, so I don't know what pressures are running. Better move that. So, way you force defrost on these, you just hold the 2 buttons here for 3 seconds. Unlike the original board, you had to pull the pin out and do everything else. So, just hold these 2 buttons and see what happens. And there's defrost working just the way it's supposed to. Should stay in for about 15-20 seconds. That air is getting nice and warm. Just gotta wait for it to come out. Yeah, it's getting nice and warm there. Defrost is working good. I gotta button that up and we'll be done here. Then tomorrow night, it's supposed to be in the low 30s, and I'll get the board set up and we'll see how it does tomorrow night.